understand. My wife is the same way.
It's like
She's
an ugly
disgusted by her own vagina.
Yeah. Like,
Tell
I
her
got, like, you get in trouble for washing it too much too. It's like, you know, you can't do that. And I was like, I think I can. And my doctor was just like, no. And I'm like, mm.
Yeah, you can actually get a yeast infection from washing it too much.
Yeah, you can. And then it just gets worse. And you're just like, well, this isn't good. But it's like an OCD thing. It's gross. And, you know.
Well, congrats talking about cleaning your vagina, but yeah, it's like that.
Well, hey, you know, we're
It's like
having
roast
a
beef
conversation
It's like,
here.
I understand. My wife also thinks her vagina is disgusting, and she also doesn't understand how women could be lesbians because she tells me vaginas are disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't know, personally I think they're awesome, but I do understand, I can relate, I can understand, maybe if I think about it the right way, maybe it's gross, I guess.
Okay, listen. This is why it's gross. Because the acidic level of a vagina is like nothing can survive in there for more than like an hour. It's just like sperm. It dies if it doesn't get to an egg fast enough. Like that's that's disgusting.
I know, I used to be a nurse. Here, interesting fact about the vagina. It's acidic enough that if you keep your finger in a vagina, eventually your finger gets wrinkly like you were in a tub for too long because the acid wears away the keratin in your fingers.
That's just, oh my god. See, it's crazy.
What? It's just, it's interesting human physiology.
I mean, yeah, it's very interesting. I agree.
You're a liar.
Otherwise, I would have just been like, let's quit talking about this. But you know, I like to learn new stuff, and
here's another one.
Honestly, that's gross.
Organ.
Yeah. Well.
It's a very delicate organ. Women have a higher chance of getting AIDS than men do. Because men can rip open a vagina, but a vagina is not going to rip up a penis.
It's true.
Come on, guys. Don't you know any more porn bullshit? You know, like porno lies.
Like,
when you walk up to a girl and I don't know, stick your hand up her shirt or pants, it doesn't turn out like it does in the porn. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's never, oh, let's go back to my place. It's more like, oh, I'm gonna spray mace in your face.
I hate
hey,
achievement unlocked.
I hate the virgin pornos. Those are so fake, it's unbelievable. It kills me because
like, this feels good. Yes, I'm gonna come.
Yeah, and then they bleed so much. It's like, yeah, basically, and she's just, I don't know. She's acting like it feels great, but
yeah, it's a dirty lie.
Yeah, they make it seem like there's so much blood too. It's like pouring out, and I'm like, it's definitely, it could be like that for some girls, but I think that's pretty rare, because I don't know, I've read a lot of stories, and it doesn't really turn out like, yeah, I'm on my period.
No, okay, you want to know the way it turns out? Again, I used to be a nurse, so this kind of stuff I already know. There's a little bit of blood and a hell of a lot of pain.
Yeah.
There's no coming going on because it hurts too damn much.
Mm-hmm.
So the most you can hope for is eventually when the vagina recovers, basically she could then start learning how to have an orgasm, because that's something women actually have to do too. They have to learn how to have an orgasm. It just doesn't happen automatically.
Exactly. And it's like,
I'm just helping you out. I'm helping out the young men in here who think porno is real. I'm just saying.
But don't understand. I would try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm also helping out the young men who because some woman might tell them a bullshit lie, and you know they'll be able to be like, hey, you're a filthy lying whore. Okay.
Yeah, like the girls that date the guys for 2 years, and then afterwards, when they break up, they go tell everybody, yeah, he was horrible at sex, he didn't know what he was doing. But I didn't want to tell him because I loved. It's like, shut up. You
Well,
gotta
I
tell him
mean,
if you're
there's
doing.
not much to sex. Sex isn't complicated. That's another
Yeah.
problem. Technique is everything. You horseshit. Bullshit squared infinity plus two. Sex is like the easiest thing in the world. It's really simple. There's like
Dude,
two or
it
three
really
things
is.
that women like. There's two or three things that women like.
It's
If you
like every girl
deviate
likes a
from that, they
different
think you're
thing.
weird.
Well,
No, sort of. If they have a fetish, they like a different thing. But every woman seems
yeah.
to like similar things, and if you deviate from that, they think you're weird, and they don't like it.
Yeah,
There's touching, kissing, and fucking seems to be like universal with chicks, and I mean that's pretty much it. Anything else, and it's a fetish, and they probably just want you to do that. And there's not much to having sex with a guy. I don't know what the fuck these magazines are talking about. Blowjob techniques. What are you talking about?
those make me laugh
There's no
so
such thing.
hard. Seriously, all these girls are like, I don't know how to give a guy head, and I'm like, yeah, no, there's not really a technique that you have
Standard
to go
method.
with. Yeah, it's not a standard method. You
suck
either, yeah, you take it naturally, or it's just like you freak out and you bite his dick off. It's not hard. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, guys, there's a lot of teenage guys who don't know this, and sometimes they ask me after I start talking about sex, they start asking me, and I tell them, because this is generally the way it works with women, you kiss them, you touch them, and rub them a whole lot all over their body because they like that, and then you fuck them. And you don't do anything weird, you don't get any strange positions with your leg all over and fish hooker. You just fuck her
Exactly.
with like a really steady pace until she's like, okay, I'm good, you can come now. That's how that works. That's sex. That's all there is to it. It's not complicated.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, sorry, porno's a lie. I'm just saying.
It really is though. It kills me because
Yeah.
especially when teenage boys get an image in their mind of how sex is gonna be like, but when they actually get with a girl and they're like disappointed because it's nothing like a porno, and they're just like, well, there's a lot more I have to do. I can't just stick my dick inside of her and come everywhere. It's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah,
You
I know,
can't
I
do
know. And the woman, and sometimes it's kind of funny. These women, these little slutty girls who like only know about sex from porn, right? So like they do all these porn things, and then it makes the guy like feel horrible. His self-esteem is dead, and he thinks he's Olympic because see, she's spending all her time doing the things that work in porn but don't work in real life. So like she's like, oh my god, he's so ugly, he can't get hard, and he's like, oh my god, I'm Olympic, I can't get hard. But that's because you're fish hooking him. It's just crazy. You're not doing anything you like.
That makes me laugh. And it's, especially the girls, they just like keep moaning, and then the guy's like, I'm not really doing anything. You can stop. And then they're just like, oh yeah, that feels so good. And then you can tell they're just lying about it. That's also what makes me laugh in pornos, is because it's so fake. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god, it feels so good. I put it in the wrong hole. I'm so sorry. Yeah, give it to me. What?
Fuck it, keep going. Okay.
Okay. And then the next day he has a urinary tract infection. He doesn't understand why. Because, he put it in the wrong hole. That's what happened.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I used to be a nurse. In the hospital, if you go into the adolescent wing, if you work there, the adolescent wing, you get a lot of STDs. A lot of kids who thought it was a really good idea to have anal sex without a condom. No lube.
Yeah, it's like,
so,
you don't want to have sex, you turn the girl around.
Yeah, it's like, so he's got a urinary tract infection and a horrible fever, and he's shivering, and his dick hurts. And her ass is bleeding, it needs stitches, and she's crying. It's not happy. There's nothing happy about that.
See, that's ridiculous.
I'd be happy watching that happen. I'd laugh.
Okay, like, the only way you can have anal is if you have... I think that people that only have, like, smaller dick size should have anal, because if a guy that had, like, if 10-inch dick and it was just
I know.
big. That would tear your ass up.